A Russian soldier hit the position where Ukrainian soldiers were located with a grenade launcher at close range.
Давай, в синий дом!
The commander of the Zala complex said that the Russian armed forces destroyed a Tu-22 Bodana self-propelled gun in the Kherson region with a Lancet missile. The Russian forces' UAV operations and surveillance of enemy targets were objectively recorded. Expensive equipment was destroyed after the Russian UAV attack. It was scrapped.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
A Russian FPV drone heading towards Kupiansk spotted 4 Ukrainian soldiers running quickly near buildings. It flew towards the soldiers at high speed. It hit the nearest soldier. Ukrainian positions were hit in Gavrilovka, in the Dnipropetrovsk region. Factories and various military buildings appear to have been destroyed. The source of the attack was not specified in the news report, but I think it was a Su-34 FAB 500 or FAB 1500. Write your thoughts in the comments. Another FAB 3000 attack on the Ukrainian Armed Forces air defense system. This time, the attack hit the base of the Ukrainian Armed Forces 28th Air Defense Brigade in the village of Konstantinovka. Sumy region, near Yunikivka village. A Russian fiber optic drone conducting reconnaissance stumbled upon a shelter. It moved to attack, but the drone did not explode. The drone's propellers remained spinning for a while, and a Ukrainian soldier inside came out to check what had happened. The fact that the drone was still there and hadn't exploded made the soldier nervous. Not knowing what to do, the soldier just looked around. What would you do? New footage of the Ukrainian A30B unit in the village of Zarychny, near Krasnolimansky, being hit by Russians. The positions were detected during aerial reconnaissance and destroyed using both FPV drones and guided missiles. The pickup truck they used for rapid movement was also hit. Video footage of the moment an Iskander-M missile struck an airbase. Today, the Russian armed forces launched a missile attack on the bases of Yak-52 aircraft and long-range kamikaze UAVs located at an airbase in Dnipropetrovsk. The coordinates were precisely calculated by Zala operators and relayed to the Iskander-M team. As a result of the precise adjustments, the airbase and expensive aircraft were destroyed. The destruction has been objectively verified. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, the Sumbul strike destroyed the Ukrainian armed forces' ammunition depots, equipment, and infantry in Luhansk. The work of the artillery units was objectively recorded. Russian FPV drone operators destroyed numerous Ukrainian shelters, positions, and locations close to each other in a short period of time. Due to the intensity of the drone attack, electronic devices in the shelter were damaged. Military personnel from the Alisk Motorized Rifle Regiment, part of the Central Group, used FPV UAVs to strike enemy positions, supply routes, and heavy hexacopters belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces near Krasnoarmysk. The crew began by preparing their positions, deploying equipment, camouflaging antennas, and readying the UAVs. After receiving target data, engineers armed the UAV with ammunition. The pilot flies to the target, assesses the situation, selects an attack line, and uses his skills to accurately strike the windows and doors of buildings. New footage of Ukrainian unmanned boats being destroyed in the Black Sea using light weapons and Lancet UAVs. Ukrainian forces are using unmanned boats for both defense and occasional offensive operations. However, Russian forces with advanced systems are destroying Ukrainian boats. According to a statement from the Russian Ministry of Defense, the Russian armed forces destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces position near Krasnoarmysk with a hurricane attack. Artillery units completed their mission by destroying targets based on precise calculations. What happened after several Ukrainian infantry soldiers were detected by Russian reconnaissance drones? The reconnaissance drones continuously tracked the Ukrainian soldiers. They transmitted their coordinates to the attack drone operators, and the operation began. Fiber optic drones and drones capable of dropping munitions attacked one after another. In the footage, a Russian fiber optic drone is seen attacking two Ukrainian soldiers, but the explosive it carries does not detonate. The two soldiers, panicking, quickly move away from their hiding spot and flee to another location. The reconnaissance drones continue to track them, and the operation continues. Twentieth Army troops disrupted the rotation of the Ukrainian armed forces. Intelligence detected enemy movement in a YRP-765 armored personnel carrier, which was then destroyed along with its crew by precision strikes from FPV and MES-TAS artillery. Destruction of paratroopers from the 108th Guards Airborne Division who fled from the positions of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kamyanske district of the Zaporizhia region. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that the Russian armed forces destroyed nearly 70 Ukrainian soldiers at a training camp in Sumy region with the Iskander missile defense system. Objective observation footage of artillery units affiliated with the South Group destroying a Ukrainian armed forces ammunition depot near the village of Novoselovka with Krasnopol guided artillery ammunition. Troops of the 36th United Armed Forces Army struck the temporary deployment point of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The American-made Max Pro, which came to evacuate the soldiers at the temporary deployment point, was also attacked by Russian FPV drones. The evacuation failed, and the armored vehicle was abandoned. Then the Molnia aircraft-type drones set out to finish off the armored vehicle and destroyed the armored vehicle with a powerful explosion. Unique footage of the Russian ATV evacuation team on the front lines. Thanks to an additional device attached to the back of the ATV, wounded soldiers are being evacuated from the area safely and quickly. Please share your thoughts in the comments on what other types of vehicles could be used for the evacuation of wounded soldiers.
Давай, там может на рэп на наш. Давай, 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 давай. Сел? Да. Залазь, залазь, братух, залазь. Сел? Да, все. Да. Парни, двигайтесь, к вам сейчас еще ребята присоединятся.
Заебись нахуй. Давай на меня выкачивайся.
A blow to the energy sector. A FPV drone of the 6th Army destroyed a generator supplying electricity to the Ukrainian camp in the Kupiansk direction. Reconnaissance operation. 3 pickup trucks loaded with supplies and ammunition were destroyed. In the Seversky direction, reconnaissance units carried out a precision strike using FPV drones. As a result, 3 Ukrainian pickup trucks loaded with food and ammunition were burned and completely destroyed. Destruction of 2 Ukrainian armed forces robotic platforms near Lipsy in Kharkiv region. The Russian FPV operator destroyed a bunker with fighters of the armed forces of Ukraine in a part of the Zaporizhzhia front. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. During the night, VT-40 FPV drones destroyed a large number of equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine. They destroyed self-propelled howitzers, towed artillery guns, TBM, transport pickup trucks, and personnel of the armed forces of Ukraine. All the attacks were captured both on the cameras of FPV drones and on objective cameras. Footage of snipers from Russian paratroopers hitting Ukrainian forces in the Sumy region. The whole operation was caught on camera. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that artillery of the southern troops hit a checkpoint of Ukrainian forces' UAVs near Seversk. Deputy Battalion Commander Izba told TASS that tankers of the Nevsky Brigade have hit about 200 targets near Chasiv Yar since the beginning of July. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that the Russian armed forces launched a comprehensive attack on the area where a Ukrainian forces battalion was deployed in the Sumy region, and that up to 50 Ukrainian armed forces soldiers were destroyed. Do you think these attacks are aerial bombardments or artillery strikes? The active phase of fighting continues in the Pokrovsk direction. Russian army forces are increasing pressure on the enemy using small offensive groups and flank defense tactics. The aim is to protect Pokrovsk, Krasnoarmysk from several directions, gain a foothold in the suburban areas, and create stable bridgeheads for further offensives. In the Kotlin area, the front line is unstable and constantly changing. Heavy fighting continues in Udakhnoi, and Russian forces are trying to gain a foothold in the settlement and establish control over key areas. The footage shows ambushes by Russian FPV drones.